Hi Scorpio, here is a general look at your solar chart for February 2014, and as the month kicks off, the sun is in the same place it always is at this time of the year, lighting up the home base, HQ, family connections, a locality, a neighborhood, an extended family, tribe. So all of that kind of thing is going to be key to what else is going on. And you could be more sensitive at this time as well. You could be pondering things a little bit more deeply, which we probably, all of us will, as Mercury is going retrograde for most of the month. Mercury is retrograding between the 6th and the 28th. So whenever that happens, things slow down, you know, and there can be hold-ups, delays, cross wires, in whichever area Mercury is in. And for you, until the 13th, Mercury's in actually quite an innovative, entertainment-orientated area for you. So there could be more conversations with people in that sort of lighter kind, more playful kind of sense. Or another way it can work is the conversations could be centered around or be with young people, children, lovers, partners, pets. They all go in together. So whatever you're doing, there may be more laughs or distractions along the way. That's really because you can be in this kind of more speculative mood or more spontaneous mood, or you just get more access to entertaining sort of environments. And also, this is a good time for you to be beating the drum on something, putting the word out there on something, creating something. It's great for creativity and that inner child of yours. Trickster energies around, so there could be a false alarm or somebody playing a prank on you, or you know, you do a double take on something, or there could be that kind of deja vu feeling as well, and that's another kind of trickster energy. Then from the 13th, Mercury continues to retrograde and goes into Aquarius, so discussions then could revolve around things to do with family, the home base, property matters, because that's when Mercury comes into the same area as the Sun was from beginning to the 19th. So the two of them will be in the same place for about 6 days. And this means that, again, that sensitivity coming in there, more contact maybe with relatives, more of your mind thinking about the past, or about family, about the space, maybe planning to make improvements. Could even be thinking about historical things like a legacy or tradition of some kind. But definitely, as I said before, this is a sensitive area. Certain interchanges could stir things up or touch a nerve. It tends to be a more mentally busy time right in your own backyard or not very far away, maybe lots of toing and froing to and from HQ. So that kind of thing going on here, but you feeling things more deeply, and you being more aware of the vibe that's around. So that can be with people, but it could also be to do with nature. It can be to do, you know, with the trees and the flowers and February in the northern hemisphere isn't usually filled with flowers, but the first ones can start coming out. So yeah, that sort of feeling, connecting with Mother Nature more for some reason. Now Mercury and Saturn roll over the same degrees between the 18th and the 22nd, so that means there's more mental pressure on you there for some reason, gets you working harder at things. You've got a lot more on your mind, and there could be more paperwork to deal with there. Venus, before I go to Venus, just mention that the Sun from the 19th goes into this more fun area that Mercury was in up until the 13th. So again, we've got the same vibe, you know, we go from what I call like the house of fun and children into this family area. I mean, there could be a new arrival for some of you. It kind of, they sort of swap places with each other, Mercury and the Sun. And it's also the area of romance, so there could be admiring glances coming your way. You're more likely to feel the appreciation of others. You're more likely to be center stage, whether that's in an appreciative way or not. But you know, this energy is likely to put you more center stage for some reason. So hopefully you get ready for that, and you're shining your light in a very positive, spontaneous way. Now then, Venus continues this long transit of Capricorn until early March, and she's in this very social sector of your solar chart, bringing more grace, flow, and fluency to your thinking and speaking, and tends to mean your environments or daily encounters are more appealing and entertaining, and more interest in a friendly, warm way coming from others, you know, and you more well disposed, as if, I mean, sometimes maybe not in the mood, but mostly you tend to be more well disposed, to sort of this feeling of bonhomie, you know. In another way, media is favored, promotional activities favored, anything artistic is favored, and you'll want to support others in a maybe in a routine daily kind of way, but also you could feel warm, supportive relationships coming to you from others, closeness with others, particularly with siblings, soul brothers and sisters. And then until July, Mars is in a more inward and private area. This is a very long transit to have in this very kind of cocoon-like background area of your solar chart. However, if your natal chart is different, which it usually is, then Mars is going to be somewhere else. So the two of them will just kind of interact somehow or other. But in your solar chart, things are developing, growing behind the scenes in a kind of as I say, cocoon-like way. You know, it's the butterfly and forming in the chrysalis, and so this is the time when you should be plugging away at developing and growing something, and it could be more than one thing, but it's not ready to be kind of launched in a big way until probably Mars comes into your sign later on in the year. Sorry, Mars comes into your sign. So it's a time for nurture, it's a time for healing, it's a time to be a support to somebody else, it's a time to think about health matters, might be your own, might be somebody else's. It's a time to get on with the project backstage, time for meditation, time for yoga, time to just be, you know, take time for yourself to heal and nurture yourself as well. But it's possible that others will be leaning on you a bit more. Because your energies are turned inwards, you're more easily effective oracally. You know, your field will be easier to permeate, actually. Also, your emotions, somebody could just push that button. So be aware of that and take steps to be more self-protective and not plunge yourself into jarring, negative sort of situations, or with people who are negative. Try not to anyway. Pay attention to dreams and visions, omens, coincidences, because Mars here will make you more dynamically interact with all of that. And Mars is going to help you can help you to get a lot done, or there is just a lot happening in that kind of embryonic background sort of a way. But also you're there to be of service. You're there to put your ego and your selfish personal desires on one side a lot more with Mars in this area here, and this is a very long transit, so you're going to be earning lots of brownie points in heaven for this one. Now until next July, Jupiter is working very well for you at this rather serious time in your life, actually, where you're maturing at such a fast rate, even though when you're in the middle of it, probably doesn't feel like it. Probably just feels as though you've got lots of obstacles around you, and that's because you've got Saturn in your sign. But Jupiter is a real ally for you here. And during this more serious time in your life, this is very good news for you. Your mental territory is due to broaden and expand, and your experience is going to broaden and mature, and a growth can come through education, and that's informal education as well as formal, so just what you're learning on a daily basis really, having to keep mentally on your toes, but also formal education, travel, connecting with a different culture, those at a distance, connecting intellectually or through academia, connecting just through rubbing shoulders with people, the sorts of people that you're not used to, the sorts of places that you're not used to, the sorts of situations that you're not used to. So quite a learning curve there. And you Scorpios born between the 1st to the 5th of November with 9 to 13 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most. As I said, Saturn is in your sign. And so during this long transit, which is due to end on Christmas Eve 2014, you're learning how to take yourself, your life, your direction, your ambitions, people and ideas that are close to your heart, more seriously, and you're willing to work harder to overcome the hurdles and the obstacles to get to that end, you know, taking the long view on something. And sometimes health matters can be an issue when Saturn is in one of the signs. So you are slowly building from the ground up a new scaffolding upon which is being kind of welded or nailed this new structure, or these new structures in your life. And it's almost like the new structure is kind of being imprinted into your brain pathways as well. And you Scorpios born between the 13th to the 16th of November with 21 to 24 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. And that is it for February. If you want to know what the other slower moving outer planets are doing, have a look at my website. That's all been refreshed and updated there for the stars for 2014. And if you listen to the forecast for your rising sign or moon sign, that might be interesting for you, might give you a little bit more information. Some of it you should take on, some of it which makes sense to you, I mean, and some of it just chuck away. And I'll see you the next time.